fastest guy alive. I'd fly you round the universe in Fireball XL5. Way out in space together, conquerors of the sky. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball. Every time I gazed into your starry eyes. We take the path to Jupiter, and maybe very soon we cruise along the Milky Way and land upon the moon. To a wonderland of stardust, we'd zoom our way to Mars. My heart would be a fireball, a fireball, 'cause you would be my Venus of the stars.
Whoa.
Oh hey, good to see you back again. Samara here at the Space Bar. We've been up here for quite some time now, keeping an eye on all the things that are going on down there at Klein School. Everyone is gearing up for our ISS contact through ARIS, the amateur radio on the International Space Station program. Also, not far from the school, the Space Shuttle Endeavour has successfully maneuvered at ground level through the streets, over bridges, and around buildings and power lines to its new residence at the California Science Center.
Hey, did you know that we were going to visit the shuttle later this school year?
You know, I did know that. It will be sometime this spring after our ARIS contact.
Speaking of ARIS, our veteran mentor Charlie Sufana came to speak with us. He filled us in on the workings of a direct contact via ham radio, as well as a telebridge contact, the method we will be using. A telebridge uses ham operators at a remote location who are piped in over telephone lines to our location. This way, there are more possibilities for contact, as we're not limited to when the space station flies almost directly over Klein. Klein students will have a 10-minute window in which they will be able to ask questions of the astronauts orbiting overhead. These questions can range from what members of the expedition do in their off time, to functions of certain parts of the ISS, to aspects of some of the experiments that are on board, or maybe even asking them about their trip to or from the space station.
One has to do with the ham population. Many of these islands, Trinidad and Tobago.
To determine which students will be talking with the astronauts, there will be a competition to see who could come up with the best questions. With only enough time for about 15 students to inquire, it'll be a stiff competition at that. Mr. Safana also showed a video of another school's successful contact and Q&A session. There had been over 750 successful contacts between the ISS and schools or organizations since September of 2000.
Well, that sounds great. But that way we'll come up with questions that are top-notch. Back in 1994, Klein students spoke with astronauts aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia. Now that the shuttle fleet has been retired, the space station gets all the action.
That's why Endeavour has been such a big news item these days.
You got it. Endeavour just recently rolled into its new home at the Science Center, but it was a very slow roll. Topping out at 2 miles per hour, it took several days to make the 12-mile journey from LAX. The slow progress helped create a parade-like atmosphere as spectators had plenty of time to view Endeavour as she crawled through the streets. Along the way, thousands of steel plates were placed on the pavement to protect the utilities that run underneath. Additionally, trees were felled, and some were even being trimmed as the shuttle approached, and it was determined more clearance was necessary. The shuttle's wings, 78 feet from wingtip to wingtip, just barely fit between the buildings lining either side of the street. Now that she's in her new home, millions will be able to come and pay Endeavour a visit.
That'll be great. I'm definitely looking forward to that trip.
And it will be a great way to finish off Klein School's return to space.
That, and don't forget the Eris event.
No kidding. I know there will be a lot of envious people in my neighborhood.
So let's have one for the road to celebrate Endeavor's long road home.
One for the road, coming up. And I'll join you to make it too. We'll be throttling up to escape velocity shortly to head off to our new destination. The next time we'll see you, we'll be broadcasting from there. For the Space Bar, I'm Samara.
And I'm Sergey.
We'll see you soon on the Space Bar. Bye now.
But though I'm not a spaceman, famous and renowned, I'm just a guy that's down to earth with both feet on the ground. It's all imagination, I'll never reach the stars. My heart is still a fire